Hello and good evening, our beloved viewers. You're watching our live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the headlines. The MEMFOP and the Ministry of Housing is strengthening a dialogue with the stakeholders in the construction sector. Champions of a second division of 2026 Djibouti Cup. For the international scene, Morocco reached the quarter final following their victory over Canada. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, along with the Ministry of Housing, organized the Ministry of Urban Planning and Housing, Amina Abdiaden, today sponsor a consultation meeting with a representative from companies in the construction and public works sector as part of effort to strengthen the partnership between the vocational training and the business community. The meeting held at the Sectoral Vocational Training Center for Construction and Public Works saw a broad participation from companies specializing in this sector alongside senior officials from the Ministry of Urban Planning and Housing, as well as representatives from the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training. The officials and participants begin with a brief presentation of the center, its training program, and the number of young graduates over the past 2 years. This provides an opportunity to broadly discuss the challenges and opportunity to vocational training, including the entrepreneurship during the training period and recruitment after graduation. The construction professional raised the difficulties that prevent them from offering the ownership of hiring students for the Center for Vocational Training. More generally, this initiative by the two ministries reflect the government's commitment to better aligning the training provided in vocational training center with the need of the labor market, while also promoting the professional integration of young Djiboutian. In her remarks of the Minister of Urban and Development, Ms. Amina Abdiaden, who emphasized the need to strengthen ownership and employment of opportunity for young graduates. She reiterated that the professional integration of young people is a national priority and a shared responsibility between the state training institution and business. Speaking on the significant investment made by the state in the construction sector, the minister emphasized that this project must contribute not only on the development of national infrastructure but also to job creation and growth of Djiboutian human capital. The discussion, she said, reaffirmed the commitment of all stakeholders in order to strengthen collaboration between training center and business with the aim of facilitating the professional integration of young people and contributing to the country's economic and social development. For his part, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, noted that the Center for Training in Building and Public Works train numerous young people each year in strategy specialities such as surveying, construction management, and other trade essential to the development of country's infrastructure. The minister urged business to place greater trust in national talent by prioritizing the recruitment of these qualified young people whenever possible, conclude the minister. The National Education Training Center hosted the closing ceremony on Wednesday for a 3 days training session on digital education management organized as part of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, the effort to modernize the management of education system. This training conducted in Arabic brought together professionals from several organizations, including the Directorate of Information and Communication Technologies for Education, the National Education Researches Information and Production Center, and the CFAN itself, led by experts from the language, Arab League Educational Story, the Cultural and Scientific Organization. The session addressed the challenges of digital transformation, educational platform, but pedagogical innovation, and digital governance tools. In his closing remarks, the expert expressed his gratitude to the National Organization Committee and Host Center for excellent organization as well as participants for their commitment and enriching discussion. He emphasized that the training structure around the both theory and practice, and also strengthen the learning skills using modern technologies for education while stressing the need to continue structuring training requests to ensure more target between participants. A launching ceremony and official inauguration on the Union of Writers and Literary Figures of Djibouti as part of the Djiboutian government is ongoing support for strengthening the cultural movement and promoting the role of literature and creative expression in building national identity. The capital city of Djibouti hosted the launch and official inauguration ceremony of a Union of Writers and Literary Figures of Djibouti on the evening of Saturday, July 4, 2026, held in Al Rahma complex. This cultural event brought together numerous official, intellectual, writers, journalists, and other stakeholders in the cultural sector in an event considered a significant step in the development of countries' literary and cultural life. The ceremony brought together with playing of national anthem followed by recitation of verses of the Holy Quran. The program continued with official speeches, literary presentation, as well as private and the poetry reading and artistic performance in Arabic, Afro, and Somali, illustrating the richness of cultural heritage and linguistic diversity of the Republic of Djibouti. The ceremony also featured poetry, reading, and literary performance in Arabic, Afro, and Somali, which generates considerable interest from the audience. Speaking in turn, the President of the Union, Mr. Abdel Warith Aden, affirmed that this new organization will constitute a unifying framework for writers, literary figures, and creators, as well as a platform dedicated to supporting young talent and promoting artistic skills. He also emphasized that the union's doors will remain open to all creators, and that it will work to develop the literary and cultural movement, thus contributing to strengthening Djibouti's position as an active center of thought, culture, and creation. In his address, the director of the Union of National Pedagogical Inspectors expressed his gratitude to the participant, emphasizing that this strong turnout reflects the importance place of literature in Djiboutian society and the need to combine effort to promote creativity and revitalize cultural life. He also welcomed the creation of the union, describing it as an important step toward uniting literary effort, energizing the creative scene, and strengthening cooperation among the various stakeholders in the cultural sector, he concluded. And now, within the framework of the effort to develop human capital and make it a national priority, technical and vocational education and training occupies a pivotal position in Djibouti's education policies. More detail will follow in this report.
Facing growing demand for skilled workers, technical education and vocational training have emerged as one of the key drivers of economic and social development in Djibouti. By equipping young people with practical market-relevant skills, these programs support their entry into the workforce and strengthen their contribution to national development. With this in mind, the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training continues its efforts to consolidate the technical education system and expand training opportunities for youth in line with the demands of the national economy and the evolving labor market. The Al-Rahma Development Complex in Balbala stands as one of the most significant initiatives in this field since its industrial high school opened in 2007. The institution has trained several generations of young people, many of whom have joined the public and private sectors or launched their own businesses, improving their living conditions and economic independence.
Dans le département de l'enseignement professionnel, nous avons deux types de formations, un bac pro de 3 ans et une formation professionnelle d'une année.
Speaking on the subject, the Djibouti Director of Secondary Education, Mr. Amir Usman, explained that the Al-Rahma Complex training framework is built around two complementary tracks: a standard 3-year program for holders of the middle school completion certificate and an intensive 1-year program designed for young people who did not complete their schooling, giving them a second chance to obtain a professional qualification. He noted that the institution offers a modular learning environment that combines theoretical instruction with hands-on training, supported by infrastructure and equipment suited to contemporary vocational education standards. He also pointed out that teaching is provided by qualified instructors and trainers whose expertise contributes to producing a competent, job-ready workforce. The industrial high school includes several specialized workshops in high-demand sectors, including aluminum work, refrigeration and air conditioning, meteorology, carpentry, and automotive mechanics. It also houses a training section offering young women real opportunities for qualification and integration into the workforce.
جمع الرحمة الطرناوي وهو مسيرة عطاء الآن قرابة 20 عاما من العطاء.
The academic director of the complex, Dr. Abdullah Fatouh, stated that the training provided is primarily grounded in a practical immersive approach, allowing learners to gain hands-on professional experience and develop skills that keep pace with the ever-changing demands of the job market. The Al-Rahma complex, now nearly 20 years old, has helped train a large number of national professionals across the areas of activity of Al-Rahma International Djibouti office. Since its inauguration by His Excellency the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, back in 2007, the complex has trained 800 students, both male and female, within its industrial high school. In addition, 40 students have received scholarships to pursue university education in engineering and other specializations in Sudan, Egypt, and Turkey through the support of the Al-Rahma NGO Djibouti office. These results have been made possible thanks to the support of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, as well as the government through the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training. In its commitment to continuously improving the quality of its programs, the Al-Rahma Development Complex is also strengthening its partnerships with public institutions and employment and training stakeholders with the aim of better aligning its circular with the labor market needs and broadening the professional prospects of its graduates.
بتوجيه من فخامة رئيس الجمهورية السيد إسماعيل عمر جيلة يحفظه الله، كان اهتمام مجمع الرحمة التنموي منذ البداية بالتعليم الصناعي.
In this regard, the director of Al-Rahma International Regional Office in Djibouti, Mr. Abdul Ghani Al-Qureshi, affirmed that the achievements of this industrial high school are the result of close cooperation with the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, as well as the ongoing support the complex has received, which has made it possible to develop training programs and enhance their effectiveness. Technical and vocational education is an engine of progress and development. It plays a decisive role in modernizing the country, empowering youth, and creating sustainable, dignified employment opportunities. Al-Rahma NGO of the state of Kuwait has been committed since the beginning of its work in Djibouti to serving as an active partner to the government of the Republic of Djibouti in promoting sustainable development, particularly in the areas of education, health, and social development. Over the course of its journey, the Al-Rahma complex has established numerous partnerships with various national and international institutions with the goal of training thousands of young Djiboutians. Thanks to God, these collaborations have been a remarkable success. On this occasion, we extend our deepest gratitude to the State of Kuwait, its generous donors, and the Kuwaiti Embassy for their unwavering support of the Al-Rahma office's activities and initiatives in Djibouti. We also offer our sincere thanks to His Excellency the President of the Republic for his steadfast support of the country's humanitarian institutions, as well as to the Djiboutian government, and in particular to the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training for its accompaniment, guidance, and oversight of this educational and social endeavor. Finally, we take this opportunity to extend our warmest congratulations to the highest authorities of the Republic and to the Djiboutian people on the occasion of the 49th anniversary of the nation's glorious independence. The results recorded by the institution in recent years reflect the growing importance attached to technical education and vocational training as a strategic path towards building national skills capable of driving the development of various economic sectors. In a context increasingly defined by demand for qualified labor, investing in vocational training stands more than ever as a forward-looking choice, one that builds productive human capital and transforms the skills of youth into genuine added value in service of Djiboutian growth and prosperity.
And now in Dakhil region, the medical center of Dakhil region organized the official opening ceremony for the expansion of its pediatric wards, a significant achievement aimed at enhancing healthcare for children in the region. The ceremony was held in the presence of the Prefect of Dakhil region, Hassan Abdi Roble, the President of the Regional Council, Mahat Hussein Ahmed, but also the Ambassador of Japan to Djibouti, the Director General of Health Service at the Ministry of Health, and the Chief Medical Official for Dakhil Health District. This new expansion includes 4 functional sections: an administrative office for managing and coordinating the department's activities, a treatment room equipped for patient care, and 2 large wards dedicated to children under 5 years of age suffering from severe malnutrition with the medical complication. This project, jointly founded by the Embassy of Japan in Djibouti and the Ministry of Health, embodies the strengthening of partnership between the 2 parties in the field of public health and highlights their shared commitment to combating child malnutrition and improving access to health care for the most vulnerable groups. This opening marks a significant milestone in the development of healthcare infrastructure in the Dakhil region and underscore the commitment of authorities and their partners to continue investing in the children's health and quality of healthcare service. In his intervention, the pediatric director department said it is a honor for me to stand before you today on this occasion as we celebrate the opening of the pediatric ward expansion, which represent a qualitative addition to our hospital's capacity to provide better health care for children. This expansion came in response to the growing need in the region and include modern facilities such as administration room and a treatment room, but also two wards dedicated to receiving children under 5 years. So on this occasion, I extend my sincere thanks to the Ministry of Health and the Embassy of Japan to Djibouti for their generous support of this project. In his speech, the prefect of Dakhil region, Mr. Hassan Abdi Roble, emphasized the importance of this occasion, saying, I am really pleased to participate today in the inauguration of the expanded pediatric ward at the hospital in Dakhil region. This project reflects the state's commitment to children's health and its dedication to enhancing healthcare service for the region's residents. I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to the Ministry of Health and the government, but also the people of friendly Japan, represented by the Embassy of Japan in Djibouti, for their generous support for this project, which embodies the strong cooperation and partnership between our two countries in the health sector. He concluded. And now in Tajora region, a warm welcome for Tajora second division champion. The Tajora club team crowned champion of the second division in the Cup 2026 returned to the White City amidst a huge public celebration. The champion were received in the square overlooking the sea. Ms. Medina Dembio, Deputy Regional Director of the State Secretariat for Sport in Tajora, and Saeed Bouh, President of Tajora Regional Football Association, member of the club organizing committee, and a large crowd of young fans who came to cheer on their champions. The cheer and blue of white colors added a special touch in this historic moment for the football in Tajora. Following this reception, the delegation visits the prefecture headquarters where the prefect of Tajora received the champions. He praised their outstanding performance, warmly congratulated them, and reaffirmed the administrative is unwavering support for their upcoming season in the first season and first division. The team then visited the regional council headquarters where the president and vice president personally encouraged the players. And now moving on to the regional scene, a formal and grand reception was held in Mogadishu to welcome the ambassador of Djibouti to Somalia. The governor of Banadir and mayor of Mogadishu, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Hussein, hosted a formal reception yesterday evening to welcome the ambassador of Djibouti to the Federal Republic of Somalia, Mr. Osman Dubbad. The event brought together a number of members of Somali government and parliament, as well as officials from Benadir Regional Administration, representative and official civil society, member of a group on several other guests. In his speech, delivered on behalf of the regional administration, the governor of Benadir expressed his great pleasure in welcoming and honoring the ambassador of Djibouti, emphasizing the high esteem and respect he enjoys among Somali people in appreciation of his contribution to strengthen bilateral relation between the two brotherly countries. And now moving on to the international scene. Morocco crushed Canada 3-0 and qualifies for the 2026 World Cup quarterfinals. So the Moroccan national team scored its place in the 2026 World Cup quarterfinals with the resulting 3-0 victory over Canada in the round of 16. From the opening whistles, the Lions dominate the match thanks to their impressive technical and tactical powers. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening.